Every year, I come back to my hometown, this quaint little town tucked in the heart of Madhya Pradesh. My home, Chinwara, a place where mornings smell like nostalgia and soaked soil. But this summer, something feels very different. In May, it rained, and in June, the heat is scorching like never before. I've just come back from my morning walk, and I noticed something very unusual. The local conversations, the ones usually around politics, cricket, or Sharma ji ke bete ko naukri mili ya nahi, they've all changed. Now everyone's talking about the weather. Like itna garam to subah 5 baje kabhi nahi tha. And that's when it hit me. Climate change has arrived at our doorsteps. Not through newspaper columns, but through sweaty shirts and dried up wells. I kept thinking of another moment in my state's history, Bhopal gas tragedy 1984. I was a child when the gas leaked from the Union Carbide plant. But the stories still echo: the fear, the burning eyes, the breathlessness, the death of over 3,000 people overnight, and thousands more in the weeks that followed. It was one of the world's most worst industrial disaster. But what always stayed with me wasn't just the pain. It was how the people of Bhopal refused to give up. They protested, rebuilt, fought for justice, bruised but not broken. And as I sat with the State of India's Environmental Report 2025, it's a report by Center of Science and Environment, I realized we are once again at that point. A different crisis, yes, but one that's just as real as human. In 2024 alone, India faced 322 days of extreme weather events. That means almost every single day, somewhere in our country, people were facing floods, heat waves, droughts, cyclones, or cloudburst. Now, you may ask, what's the human cost? 3,287 lives lost, around 25,000 livestock perished, and 2,150 crore worth of property damaged. Now, these aren't just statistics. They're someone's father, someone's child, someone's life savings gone. Every state is struggling in its own way. Now, this is not a national crisis. It's a local crisis with national consequences. Now, Odisha has faced 25 extreme weather events, which is the largest in the country. Punjab had the most toxic air. Uttar Pradesh ranked worst in waste management. Madhya Pradesh, my home state, is losing green cover and facing high malnutrition in tribal areas. Now, the Bhopal tragedy showed how localized disasters can leave scars for generations. And today, the same holds true for climate impacts, except they're unfolding everywhere. Now, let's talk about the air we breathe. 47 Indian cities have PM 2.5 levels far beyond limits. Living in Delhi reduces your life expectancy by 7.9 years. And yet, many still ask, ये environment वाला topic इतना important क्यों है? And I tell you why, because you can live without politics, but you cannot live without air. We are overdrawing our groundwater. We are the largest extractor in the world. 16 states, including my own Madhya Pradesh, are already in danger zone. In my hometown, even hand pumps that worked 5 years ago are dry. We now dig deeper, like trying to pull water out from the sand. But it's not all bleak. There's hope. Now, India sources 46.5% of its power capacity from non-fossil fuels. Since 2019, 55 Indian cities have actually reduced PM 2.5 levels. Now, this is according to the Center of Science and Environment and MOFCC's data. Here in my locality, many houses have installed solar panels on the roof. The kids are more aware, they are saving water, avoiding plastics, planting trees. And this gives me hope that we are learning and we are trying. The tragedy of Bhopal wasn't just the gas, it was the failure of governance, safety, and of justice. Today, we must not repeat the same mistake. We need courageous leadership. We need leadership which builds cities for people, not for profits. Listen to data, not just lobby. And if you're watching this, I want you to know that you matter. You have a role. Refuse single use plastic, switch to public transport, vote for climate responsible leaders, talk to your kids about air, water, trees, not just marks and medals. Now, the people of Bhopal rebuild their lives with grit and grace. We too have the power to build a cleaner, safer, and fairer India. We may be bruised, but like we've done before, we will bounce back. But only if we act now. Now, let's not wait for another tragedy to wake us up. Let's make sustainability our everyday habit, not just the last resort. And if my story resonated with you, share this with someone who thinks the climate crisis is tomorrow's problem.